How's it going, everybody? The new hero has been revealed, and so has a little bit about Season 6. If you want the full Warriors, then there will be a link down below to check out that stream. I will just give you an overview today about what to expect next week and what they've shown about the moveset. All the remaining details will be in an upcoming video once I get my hands on the hero. You guys know how this works by now, but a little bit of speculation never hurts. Speaking of speculation, I made a community post asking what faction the new hero will be from, and now they clowned all of us. First big thing they announced: there is a new faction, the Outlanders. The new pirate hero will be the first one of said faction, and as they have no cultural limits anymore, I expect to see quite the variety for the next two heroes. They have confirmed already that the next two will also be part of this Outlander faction. Aztecs, Persians, let your imagination run wild. I expect some cool ideas from you guys in the comments. But let's talk pirate then. First bad news for many. She is gender locked. Only female. Only one body type. I personally think it's whatever, but I do know that some have issues with it. Some understandable, others rooted in unresolved nonsense. Whatever it is, this pirate will be a girl. What are we looking at moveset wise then? JC said that the approach was to make it simple, but at the same time give her a lot of options to branch out to basically everything in her chain. So, she has a 2-hit chain. Finisher light is undodgeable. The finisher heavy is armored. And then here comes the second weapon, the flintlock. After every heavy, you can press guard break and she will perform a move with the pistol. On a landed heavy, it confirms a shot for an extra 5 damage. With a total of 25 damage, this is worse than Shinobi, for example. Within reason still. If the heavy is blocked, the guard break input turns into an inchain bash. Basically a grab that performs a shot as well, for 14 damage. It is dodgeable and initiates the chain. It does not confirm any follow-up damage. But what if you target swap after a landed heavy? Having this extra bash on blocked attacks makes for a very elegant solution, as she will automatically perform that move instead of the guaranteed shot. Then another unblockable, called Walk the Plank. It works like Skewer, it's inchain, hold backwards, and then heavy. A 30 damage pin that also allows for a throw, the knee you see there, so very much like Skewer actually, but it's not bleed. I don't know, I'm not a fan of the damage obviously, but it's cool to see this kind of move used again in some capacity. You can also soft feint into guard break from that move, so it'll catch a lot of things including early dodges most likely. I'll test those once they let me. The knee move also wall splats, so it's probably a big punish for one wrong read. The other option is a pistol shot, and the final one is dodging out of it. Then we have a forward dodge heavy. Once again, it's unblockable, and it is armored, and has a soft feint to guard break. We'll see if it's feintable normally as well. This move seems to be her opener. Neutral, unblockable type, similar to Raiders. It kinda hinges on the guard break vulnerability of the move. I've mentioned the dodging out of Walk the Plank, so let's talk recovery cancels. I'm expecting Zhonhu timings here. I don't think Chasey mentioned them specifically. The timing, I mean. After every attack, with landed or blocked, you can dodge afterwards. I'm loving these, so I'm happy to have it on another hero. This, for example, allows for the forward dodge heavy to be used in chain as well. So she will have lots of options with her in-chain offense. Chaining, dodge cancelling, many unblockable variations, and so on. We'll have to test how punishable this offense is, since she gets a lot of potential counters to the opponent trying to counter. Very interesting premise here. We'll see if it's an actual cause for concern, or just a knowledge gap, as it so often is with punishing bashes. Then we have side dodge heavies, a sprint attack, and a rather slow looking zone. Like Yubi said, this is a rather simple kit, but it has lots of branching options, so people will need to learn that there are many things that she can follow up with. Then let's talk feats. 2 gunshots and 2 bombs. The tier 1 is a simple shot, fiery tusk style but with a defense down debuff. Might be a very potent confirmed tool, especially since the damage is amplified for a few seconds. The tier 2 is a small bomb, looks very much like Chilin Ruse, Jeonhu's fire trap, but it's a bomb and explodes immediately, I assume, doesn't stay on the ground. It'll depend on cooldown whether it's comparable in strength. Then the tier 3 seems very promising. It's a ricochet shot that bounces up to 3 times, meaning it can hit 4 opponents. JC also said that it can hit teammates. How the interaction will be specifically, we'll have to test what the prioritized target is. They also said that it is dodgeable, and after the projectile has been dodged, it will not bounce further. Damage is bleed. And then the tier 4 seems to be a ranged Jormungandr Ragnarok. 40 damage is on the low end, but it gives a knockdown. It seems rather disruptive in a team fight and not very beneficial unlike the tier 3. It might be a little annoying towards the end of matches with multiple of these bombs being flung around. Now the big kicker here. She can use them in chain. Basically, every time you can use your guard break button to use the pistol, you can also go for a feat, which I am a big fan of at the moment. This might change when I get to play, but the design idea here looks very fun. The potential to use the tier 3 mid-team fight to peel for yourself or teammates is extremely cool. I'm very much looking forward to this. Alright, that's it actually for the new hero. This one seems like a lot of fun again. She's a mix of the usual undodgeable and bash mix-up, but also has armored heavies like Raider and a neutral unblockable with the forward dodge heavy. You could say she has it all, but it's not as potent as on other characters, so I'm really curious whether she works out, but at first glance, I don't see a major flaw that results in her landing in an F tier or anything. So then, armors. You guys know I don't do React Andy stuff, so take a look for yourself, but many videos about it should be out by now. I'm not the greatest fan of these racks this time, but to each their own. Some pieces like Conqueror's arms or Aramusha's hat do look quite nice though. Then there was a part in the Warriors Den where they explained the changes to how materials apply to armor. I really recommend you guys to watch it as it highlights how a simple problem can actually have a rather complex solution. And Matthew did a great job explaining it. And that's it. That's the reveal for the most part. I hope for a big announcement for year 6 still. I'll explain why in an upcoming video after the hype for the new hero has subsided a little. Links to all the blog posts and so on can be found down below. For now, let me advertise for myself for a moment. Some of you might have seen on Twitter or in my Discord already that I've made a few Battlefield videos. Battlefield 2042 is an absolute dumpster fire of a release and will probably go down in history as an absolute disaster for EA. If you want to hear me rant about this, please check out my second channel. I will plaster the link at multiple locations. So thank you for the support. I appreciate every sub that carries over. Having said all that, I hope the video was interesting. Thanks for watching. Latest everybody.